Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 214, and this is the Christmas release of Simply Defined Dies. I can't wait to show you. And while it definitely is a release of Simply Defined, it's really a technique YouTube. So you may want to have a piece of paper and pencil to go with what I have to show you. We've got dies, I've got the next Kaleidoscope, I have new foil plates, stamp foil plates for your Go Press and Foil machine, but I want to show you a few things if you don't have a Go Press and Foil machine. I've got a lot in store for you. First things first, I want to say thank you to everybody who saw that my mom was in the hospital. I posted on Facebook a couple of pictures of us. She's doing much, much better, and she is at home, which was a good thing. Oh my, it's been a rough go lately, but like you all said in your comments, God only gives you what you can handle. He doesn't give you any more, and eventually if he gives it to you, he'll get you through it. So I'm going to go with all of that wise advice. I've got winter chicken dinner to talk about, so I better put my glasses on. And then, you know, these collections are designed so far in advance, so it's kind of apropos, ironic, whatever you, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but I'll explain when I get there, okay? All right, so I can see you. It's amazing what glasses can do. Okay, so I have two winners from YouTube number 213, and that was the collection of the Dot and Do from Find It Trading. Oh my gosh, they were so beautiful. They were absolutely gorgeous. So these lucky winners are going to win one of those collections. And if you already purchased them, well, then you get to do even more, or you could re-gift it. That's okay, because then somebody else can do their Christmas cards. Would that be exciting? So I've got two of you. Each of you are going to win one of the Dot and Do Christmas collections that were done exclusively for Scrapbooking Made Simple by Find It Trading Company. Are you ready to hear if you're a winner chicken dinner? Well, if you're Bruce and Jerry Clark. Well, so is it Bruce that card makes, or is it Jerry that card makes, or do Bruce and Jerry craft together? Oh, wouldn't that be sweet? Bruce and Jerry crafted together. Congratulations, Bruce and Jerry Clark. You are one of our lucky winner chicken dinners here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and you've won one of those collections from Dot and Do. Now, we also have a friend to go with you. It looks like R. Whalen. Well, if that's you, you also have won a prize from Scrapbooking Made Simple, and you're going to receive one of those collections. I want to say they have a value of like $31 or something like that, $33. So, and each collection will make 12 cards. So each of you are going to get to make 12 Christmas cards free. Or, gosh, wouldn't that be a nice gift? What if you made the Christmas cards? R. Whalen and Bruce and Jerry Clark, and then gave them to somebody as a gift. So that they could use them as their Christmas cards. Just saying. All right. How are you lucky peeps going to claim your prize? Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, look for the link that says winner chicken dinner, click it, follow the directions, and then we will have your prizes out to you just as quickly as possible. How do you become a winner chicken dinner? Well, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You have to. My son wants me to get to 100,000, so I get some little silver medallion thing from YouTube. And for my son to be so interested at 15 years old, that just warms my heart, because truly, right now I'm supposed to walk 10 paces behind my children at the mall. They're like, Mom, shh, don't, no. But this is something that they do, and they stream. So it's kind of, I've kind of got a little, edge with them. So it's good. All right. What was I talking about? How do you win? You have to subscribe to our channel. You have to subscribe to our channel, watch this YouTube, and then post a comment. And as long as the comment is kind, I will approve it. Meaning that anything that revolves around here is off limits. Sorry. Just be nice. Being kind is free. It doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. And truly, it's priceless to the person you are kind to. Really, something that costs nothing that means so much to somebody else, truly. So post your comments, subscribe to our channel, post your comments, and maybe next week I will be reading your name off. Now, this collection was designed quite a while ago. I mean, we're kind of like the clothing industry where they start bringing bathing suits out in December because obviously you need one in the winter, and by the time summer comes around and you really want your bathing suit, they're all gone. It's kind of like manufacturing too. You have to manufacture way, way, way in advance. So designing gets done way, way, way in advance. So when I did this collection, first off, it is Christmas, and therefore it has something to do with my mom. It absolutely, everything about Christmas revolves around my mom, from her stringing the tinsels on one strand at a time, to the Christmas shopping, to the wrapping paper, to her cookies. We would decorate cookies every year, and she would do 4 or 5 different cookie dough recipes, and we'd roll them out and we'd cookie cutter them, and then she'd make the icing, and we'd have all the sprinkles and the little silver, I don't know if you remember, they're these little silver balls and they break your teeth, but they were sold as candy in one of those jars. So anyway, my mom always made Christmas fabulous. So this collection is about something with my mom. Unfortunately, the Great Park Fire of 2017 happened. And what I was going to show you, I can't, because the Great Park House Fire of 2017 happened. So all I can do is tell you the quick story, or tell you the story of it. My mom loved snow globes. Snow globes, you know, you turn them around, and my mom loved snow globes. And so I grew up always being fascinated by what was in the center. And I can so remember sitting on our green shag carpet with our Christmas tree in the window, because it was the only window in my house, so that meant that's where the Christmas tree went, so you could see kind of from the outside the twinkling lights. And we had the twinkling lights, the big C7s maybe, and they all blinked. And I remember sitting there on the green shag carpet, because my brothers and sisters were pretty much gone by the time I was 8, and so I would sit there by myself in the living room and look at snow globes. And I remember thinking, where is this magical place that's inside these snow globes? So I have had some. So when I grew up, I also have a collection of snow globes, and I have my original snow globes, my mom's snow globes, along with all of my mom's Christmas ornaments. We're not sure what we're going to actually be able to salvage. So this collection, I had hoped to bring in my mom's snow globes so I could show you, and then you could see where I drew the inspiration for the dies from. And it was looking at those snow globes, and I mean, now I have or had some elaborate snow globes. They were like this big, got them at Costco, and they were musical, and they turn. My mom had nothing of that caliber. They didn't have anything like that. They were just simple, basic, beautiful snow globes, and they were cared for every single year. But then the Great Park House Fire of 2017 came around. So it's funny because I did this collection with the intent of being able to share those with you, and all I can do is share the memory of me sitting on that green shag carpet in the living room, because we didn't have our Christmas tree in the family room. It had to be in the living room, which was the special room. And just sitting there watching the blinking lights happen and holding those snow globes and looking at them and dreaming of far off places, of these wonderful scenes that were inside, the snowmen and the rolling hills and the little villages, and they were all little figurines that were hand painted. Not very well, but they were little hand painted figurines inside. And the snow didn't twinkle and sparkle, it was just like white things, but it snowed, and I thought that it was just so magical. So I drew upon that for this collection. And again, I wanted to share them with you, but that's just not going to happen this time, and I am so very sorry. But I have faith. I have faith. I do. I have faith that once we get everything organized and they go through it, they'll see what can be salvaged and what can't. And maybe a couple of those snow globes will find their way back, just like my husband's Matchbox car did. So I'm going to have faith. And if not, they don't come back, well, then I have the memory, and I can never, ever lose that. So that is the reasoning behind this collection. But I'm going to start with the Kaleidoscope Die today. I'm actually going to start with the Kaleidoscope because that had nothing to do with this whole story. That had to do with Mr. SMS, but anyway, that's another. I want to start with the Kaleidoscope Die, and then I'll get into the technique of everything. And I've got the make and take that they're doing downstairs right now. So I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. It is really good to see you, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the classic Christmas that is coming your way, because I think that it just reminds me of home. So, okay, glasses back on. Down we go. And zoom in. Oh, look at, I got it right on the first time. I know, wonders never cease. All right. So this is the card that they're doing downstairs right now. And inside one of those snow globes was a Santa's sleigh. And that's really all that was in there, was a Santa sleigh filled with lots of packages. So this is a contour die, which means, and I'll show you samples, which means it will actually cut the card front for you. But I wanted to show you the sample of what they're doing downstairs right now in our free make and take if you're watching this on the Saturday that it releases. All right, okay. Now I want to move on to the Kaleidoscope Die. So I'm going to open it up. I'm not going to cut anything because I want to get to the stuff I really want to show you, but I am going to open it up. And it is a pretty big set. Now, as you know, my Kaleidoscope dies are all A2 size, so it's a perfect A2 card. They are $29.99, and you get everything that's in here. And what I did was a nativity scene, and everything you need to make the nativity scene, and everything layers onto each other. And then we gave you so much that you can change your nativity scene over and over and over again. You can use the wise men, or you don't have to use the wise men. You can use the shepherd, or you don't have to use the shepherd. You've got the palm trees, or you've got two angels. Maybe you just want one angel. I've got beautiful samples to show you, but I also wanted to talk to you about the words that we put in here. I made them as large as I could so you could put them in the inside of the card. And I gave you, O Holy Night, glory to God in the highest, and for unto us a child is born. So I'm hoping that you love nativity sets because this is probably the most complete die set for a nativity set that I've ever seen, and especially at the $29.99 price. So I'm going to move that over here for just a minute, and I'm going to bring out the storyboard. This is the one I did. I actually did this when I was doing a QC sample. So again, I used the wise men, and I used one angel, and I used the palm tree, but there's so much in there to use. So here you have the words, and you can see how large they are, so that you could fill a card. And then all the different pieces that allow you to layer and make it exactly what you want it to be. So I didn't use the shepherd at all, and I didn't use the little sheep. But wait till you see the samples that the girls did. So this is the Kaleidoscope for this month, and it is I think it's beautiful, and I didn't realize how much this collection was going to mean until we had the Great Park Fire of 2017. But let me show you some of the samples the girls have done. Okay, so first off, this was done by Sharon. And you can see she's got the angels and she's got the starburst and she's got the manger. But what she doesn't have is the shepherd or the little sheep or the wise men. She didn't use any of that to make this. Those are all additional pieces. I don't know if she put words on the inside. No, okay. I just wanted to make sure. So this is from Sharon. Then we have Claire, who did one in all white. It's just done in all white with the exception of the star. And this is Claire who did this sample. Next, we have Doris. And Doris did a bendy card. And Doris used every single piece. Oh, there goes the light. Doris used every single piece that comes in the kaleidoscope. You've got the angels, you've got the layering background, you've got the manger, you've got wise men here, you've got palm trees over here, you've got the shepherd and his sheep, you've got glory to God, and then you open it up in the highest. This is Doris, and this is her bendy card. And it's just gorgeous. And she used every single piece. Then we have Kathy. And Kathy did a layout. Don't we all have pictures like this of our little ones? I do. She's got the angels on the top and glory to God in the highest. She's got the pictures of the church pageant, the Christmas pageant. And then down below, she's used it all to make a stunning, stunning layout. And that is all included for your $29.99. But last but not least, I'm going to bring out, I'm going to grab this one more time. So just in case you're not sure what I mean by layering, all of the pieces all the dies are meant to layer on top of each other, and that's how kaleidoscope dies work. So all of these dies would be your base die. So you've got your majestic night sky, you've got your manger, and then you've got your Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. They're all meant to layer together. And you can change the layering anytime you want, any way you want. You don't have to layer it all together. If you didn't want this element of the night sky, if you wanted it a little simpler, you could do that and make it a little simpler. If you just wanted a manger, you could do that. You have tons and tons of options, but then of course we gave you all of the additional dies to fill it out and fill it in and make it just what you wanted. It really is a beautiful set, and for the holidays, and I think it's a set that you will use for years and years and years. I really do. I'm really, really proud of it. And so last but not least, I wanted to show you what Elena did. Now this is a box that a charger for a Mac notebook came in. So it was just this white box that had a charger in it. She die cut the words on my foam, and you've got, for unto you a child is born. And then she made a diorama. all of this was out of a box that we were going to throw away. But you can see all of the beautiful pieces and all the options that you have. So this is the Kaleidoscope for August. And it is our nativity scene. And I think if you don't have one and you've always wanted a nativity scene set of dies, I think this is probably, like I said, the most complete set that you'll find out there. And then for the $29.99, I just don't know how you can go wrong. She even used the plastic. So the charger was underneath this plastic. This is the piece that comes out. And she used foam to pop, and she just did a truly majestic job. She's got the wise men there. So this was Elena. And I wanted to show you this before we got started because it was so magnificent and so beautiful, and I was so proud of the girls for the work they did. All right, so now we're going to get started for today. And today I'm going to be playing with the brand new collection of Simply Defined, and it is a Christmas release. Now I'm going to tilt up really quick one more time and talk to you. Okay. Too much, Stacey. Bye-bye. Back. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I listen to you. I hear what you say. Truly, I do. And you know, this collection was designed before I did the Go Press foil. Before I even knew what a Go Press foil was, a Go Press foil machine. And now that we've done the Go Press foil machine, and we're doing the plates for them every month. We're trying to do 2 plates every month for the Go Press foil. I heard you. Yes, that machine is beautiful and does an amazing job. But is it in everybody's budget? No. I understand that. I heard you. I hear you. And so many of you liked my butterfly, my butterfly that I did for the Go Press foil and Simply Defined, which is sold out. And I had so many comments like, I love that butterfly, but I don't have the machine. I can't afford the machine, but that butterfly is just gorgeous. Today I'm going to show you how to use that Go Press foil plate, or the Simply Defined stamp foil stamp plate, without needing a Go Press foil machine. Are you going to be able to foil it the same way? No. But are you going to be able to make something beautiful? Yes, you are. And we're not going to be using anything that's expensive. We're going to be using everything that you probably already own, with the exception of the foil plate, the Simply Defined foil plate that I'm going to show you. So I wanted you to know that I hear you and I understand. I do, more than ever, that there are needs and there are wants. So I wanted to show you how you can use these plates. If you like the design, they're relatively inexpensive. I think the plates are $9.99 and $15.99, but how you can take them, even if you don't have a Go Press and foil machine, and use them to make something stunning. So we're going to start simple, and I'm going to use one of my dies, one of the new releases that I did. Well, I did them all actually. So I'm going to use one of the dies to start, and then we're going to get a little more advanced. So if you need to stop and get a piece of paper and a pencil, now would be a really good time. But don't pause me when I'm closing my eyes. Pause face. Hello. Okay, you're back. I made sure not to blink. All right, so I'm going to tilt back down, and I'm also thinking about doing another. I used to do classes. I used to teach myself. I would teach 3 classes. I taught Be a Die Cut Diva, Be a Glitter Goddess, and Be a Stampin' Superstar. And I would teach each class about 3 times a year. And I'm thinking maybe it's time that on a Sunday I try and teach Be a Die Cut Diva to some of our locals. I haven't decided yet because it's an all-day class. You are with me from 9 in the morning until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you bring your machine and we do technique after technique after technique. You make nothing. You don't go home with anything finished. no book or card, but you go home with so many samples of different techniques and how to use your machine properly. I haven't done those classes in a few years, so I'm thinking maybe I can try and squeeze one in the early part of November. But anyway, so if you're local and you're thinking you might be interested, post, say yes, I would be interested, and I'll see what I can do, because the machines have come so far and there's so many new things to use with them, and I want you to have the best available information so you can make the best decision on what makes your heart happy and what you want to spend your money on. So anyway, I'm going to tilt on down and we're going to get back to being started for the day, and hopefully you have your paper and pencil by now. Okay, bye. Down we go, and now I'm going to zoom back in and look at, I'm not going to do it wrong. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so I'm going to start with one of my dies. And as you can see, it's the bells and it's got holly. So this die is called Bells and Ribbon, and I'm going to open it up. It's part of a collection of Simply Defined. Let's just pull some of them over. So I've got my bells, which I put in there upside down. I've got my Santa. I've got my Christmas tree. I have got my mantle, my beautiful flourished mantle. I have no idea. It came from one of my mom's snow globes, and my wreath, and my skating girl. So these all came from the inspiration from my mom's snow globes. Then I have my contour die, which is the same die that we did our make and take card. And then I've got 2 foil plates. I've got my Christmas tree foil plate, and I've got my dove. And yes, we're going to play with these too, but we're not going to be using a Go Press foil machine. So if you thought you needed to have it to watch this YouTube, wait, I want to show you what we can do, because I understand not everybody has one. All right, so I'm going to move these off to the side, and I'm going to open this one. All right, so wafer die, cuts paper beautifully, absolutely gorgeous, easy peasy to use, but I want to do something different with it. I don't want to use it as a die cut today. I wonder if I've got, let's see if I've got a piece of paper big enough. I can quickly die cut for you, just for those who have never seen a die cut before. I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine. This is a die cutting machine. I'm going to use my magnetic, maybe I won't. I'm going to use my multi-purpose platform that comes with your machine. Mine is the small version. You have a large version. I'm going to use a precision base plate, which is pretty much required when you're cutting an intricate die. See how intricate this is? I've got my paper down. I'm going to put my die there. I've got a cut plate on top, and literally I'm going to roll it on through, and there is a roller underneath here that's going to hit this die, and it's going to force pressure onto that paper, and where those ridges are on the underside of the die, that's what's going to make it cut. I'm going to do a quick rotate, and I'm going to send it back. So this is just for people who haven't ever seen a die cutting machine before. We love our Sizzix Big Shot machine. It is the die cutting machine of choice here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. And then what you have, you can turn it around and you can see that it cut through that paper. What you have once you get all your bits and pieces out, is a piece of paper that has that beautiful design in it. So lots of bits of pieces of paper. I will show you samples at the end. I'm not going to pop everything out of this one because we've got magnificent samples, but I did want to show people what a die cut is. And it cuts the paper into that design that the die has on it. So it's cutting my bells and it's cutting my holly. I just have to pull out all the little bits and pieces to make it finished. And it's just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside because I just wanted to show people what a die cut machine does. I'm gonna be doing something a little different with it. So I am not gonna need my precision base plate at all today. I am going to need a squishy, and I'm going to be using a do not cut plate. This is our exclusive glitter plates by Sizzix. They're red glitter because I love everything red. And I am going to be taking my die, and this time I'm going to be using it as an ink press. I'm going to use my machine and I'm going to ink my die up, and I'm going to transfer that image. Not everything has to be cut. Sometimes you might just want to make your die into a stamp. So I want to show you how to do that, because after we do that, we're going to get a little bit more involved. So I'm going to bring over my Memento ink. Memento ink. We love Memento. It's a dye-based ink. That means that it dries fairly quickly, but it dries too fast to use it as an embossing ink. But it's not like a chalk ink that dries instantaneously. I'm going to ink up my die. Good to me. Now I'm on my craft mat, so I don't have to worry. If I get ink on it, all I have to do is wipe it up. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Then I'm going to bring over my machine. So my Sizzix Big Shot machine. I've got my multi-purpose platform, and again, it doesn't matter if you're using the small one or the large one. The large one is what comes with your machines now. The small one used to come with the machines, and now it's a separate item. Do you have to have this? No, this is definitely a want and not necessarily a need if you have the long one. Is it useful? Yes, because it is smaller, it is easier to work with. I am going to open to tab 1. And I'm going to put it right down on my platform. Then I am going to take my do not cut plate. Let's start with a do not cut plate. I'm going to put that down. And what normally we would put on top of a die if we want to use embossing, I'm going to put down, well, you know what? I'm going to run it face up like you normally do. So I'm going to put my die with the ridges face up. Make sure my ink hasn't dried yet. Face up, ridges face up. So when you look at your dies, if they're wafer dies and they have those little lines, one side has little lines, probably can't zoom in that quick, little lines, while the other side is completely flat. It's these little lines that apply the pressure to the paper that let you cut. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this down, my lines face up. I'm going to put my paper right on top of it. I'm going to put my squishy, which we normally use with a knock-knock, right on top of that. And then instead of using a knock-knock plate, which is what we normally use if we were going to emboss this, I'm just going to use another cut plate because this is a little thinner than a knock-knock, and I don't want it to emboss. I just want it to transfer that image. It's going to roll through almost like it's not doing anything. It doesn't feel like it's much pressure at all, but hopefully it's enough to do what we wanted it to do. Oh, it slipped just a little bit, but that's okay. I've transferred my image. I've transferred my image. I've done just very little of an embossing, but I've transferred my image, thereby making my die has now become a stamp. It is called letterpress or something similar to. Letterpress usually has a little deeper of an embossing, but I didn't want a heavy embossing. I wanted to just transfer my images. Why is this super cool? Well, think about it. You've just made yourself a coloring card. You just made yourself a coloring card. If you are doing something with kids or seniors or at the church or a community group and you want them to be able to make something easy peasy, you can pre-do these at home with all of my Christmas designs and then take them to your church or your social or your function with some gel pens or some pencils, some colored pencils, and let them color it. And then all they have to do is mat it and make a card. So it was really, really simple. Remember, this die actually is meant to cut. You're supposed to cut with it, but we didn't want to cut with it. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to transfer the image. And this is something you can do with a GoPress foil machine, and you transfer it with the foil. But what if you don't have a GoPress foil machine? What if you just want to be able to transfer the image? Now, mind you, I'm not wiping, I'm pouncing, and really that's more than enough. If you are using Memento and you start going like this, what happens is this is a felt top. The pad is made of felt, not foam. And what will happen, because it's a fabric-y material, is you'll start creating little balls. And those little balls will start sticking into places on your die. So just tap it. And as opposed to rubbing it, and you'll be much, much, much happier. Now, is this the only type of ink that you can use? Heavens no. What do you already own? What do you have in your stash? Do you have Stampin' Up? Do you have Color Box? Do you have Tim Holtz? What do you already own? Try it. It may work beautifully. There's no reason to go out and reinvent the wheel. If you already have something, then try. If you don't have something, then yes, Memento ink is the ink of choice here at Scrapbooking Made Simple because it's a beautiful ink. So remember, I'm using my multi-purpose platform. I've opened to tab 1. I have got, well, it doesn't really matter because it's not cutting. I've got a cut plate below. I've got my die that's been inked up with my paper on top. I've got my squishy, which we usually use with a knock-knock. This time we're not using it with a knock-knock. And my glitter pad, my glitter cut pad on top. And it's gonna roll through so easy, almost like it's not doing anything. You're gonna question, is this really working? Trust me, when you open it up, it's like magic. Think of all the dies you own. Magic! Look at how easy was that. Piece of cake. You could have these, think of all the dies you already own that you can do this with, because then all you have to do is grab your gel pens and start to color. Grab your gel pens and start to color. Colored pencils, gel pens, whatever makes your heart happy. Those lines are there for you. And you just color. I really have to remember to get Mr. SMS. Gosh, maybe that's what you should post this week. Don't post something nice. Post, hey Stacey, remember to have Michael, Mr. SMS, change that light bulb for you. I think that will help me remember. I remember the minute I walk in here and go, oh yeah. So I am just coloring. Any kind of gel pen. If you have gel pens, great. Any kind of colored pencil. What kind of colored pencils do you already own? This is an easy way to get more out of what you've already got. Did you know that you could take your die and make it into a stamp? And all we're working with is paper. Paper and some ink. So if it doesn't come out perfect the first time, that's okay. Try again. We're only talking about paper. You already have the die, well, unless you want to buy these, and then you'll get them. And I can just start to color. Just start to color in. This one I did a little bit more. I did this one a little bit earlier where I was coloring in. And you have made your own coloring card out of all the different dies you already own. It's that simple. Any of your wafer dies. You could take gelatos and do a wash over it. You could, it's endless what you can do, mainly because you're using that Memento ink. So that Memento ink is not going to move around with water. So if you add water to this to add some gelatos, or you want to use your Tim Holtz distress markers and you want to go in there and paint some of this, don't worry. The water is going to be just fine because you've used Memento ink. So easy peasy. Again, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to tell you. We took our Big Shot, our platform, we opened it up to tab 1, we put down a plate. Doesn't matter if it's a cut plate or not because you're not cutting. We inked up our die, we put down our paper, we put down our squishy, we put down our second cut plate. This is ideally a do not cut plate, and we sent it on through. And that is what transferred the image. So a die doesn't just have to be a die can be a stamp too. And talk about an economical way to do a class or an event or a free make and take. Holy smokes, artichokes, if you're another store owner, this is a great way to do something free in your store because it doesn't cost a lot to do this make and take. You can do this if you're another store owner. Just try it. Pull out some of your dies and give it a whirl and put together a free make and take and invite your customers to the store to play. They love to play. Who doesn't love to play? Okay, so then we're gonna move on because I wanna show you what's next. And this has to do with the Go Press foil tools. So for this Christmas collection, I did a Christmas tree, and it's large, it is card size, and I gave you the words Merry Christmas. It is a large Christmas tree, does a full card size, but I also did a Dove of Peace, and that's the one I'm going to play with today. Now, a lot of you love the designs. Like you may love this design, but you may say, but I don't have a Go Press and Foil machine, Stacey, so I really can't use this. And you may even say, I have one on my wish list and I'm saving for it, or I hope Santa brings it. But often by that point, my dies are already sold out. My plates are already sold out. So it's hard for me to say buy this when you have no idea what else you can do with it. So I want to show you what else you can do with it. And I'm going to do the glitter technique because it truly is beautiful. So I have got my Dove of Peace, and I have got my Essentials glue pad. If you don't own one of these and you like to glitter and you don't want it to be a mess and you want to do stamps and all sorts of stuff with your glitter, this is a wonderful, wonderful tool to have in your arsenal. Truly is. It comes sold like this. They're about $9.99. I bet a lot of your local retailers may already have this in stock, and if not, then shop online. But what's really important to know is that when you open it, this glue pad is completely dry. There's nothing on it. Empty. It's just foam. This is the glue that goes on the pad. but it's not a re-inker. You don't open this up and put all your ink on it or all your glue on it at one time. No, you only put as much glue as you need for the application that you're doing. And then you close it up. It also comes with a little clear top. Don't lose, well, try not to lose your little clear top. You can definitely put some larger pop dots right here. And then take off the sticky and put the lid back on, and that lid will stay permanently attached. It'll stay permanently attached so you can't lose it. Now, my last glue pad lasted me about 10 years, and I finally got a new one. And when you run out of the glue, you just buy a refill. You don't ever have to buy the pad again, even if it gets, looky, mine's starting to get glittery and there'll be embossing powder on it by the time I throw it away, and you probably won't even be able to tell it's gray anymore. That's okay. You take your glue, you put a little Z on there. I'm a firm believer in my cheapest tool, my finger. Kind of rub it on in. You don't ever wash this. You just let that glue sit there. You let it stay tacky. Don't worry about it. So then, I want to take my bird of paradise, or my dove of peace, my bird of paradise, oh my goodness gracious, my dove of peace. And because this is a foil plate, meaning it's supposed to be used with a Go Press foil, the lines tend to be thick and heavy so that that foil can transfer. And because of that, this is beautiful when we do this technique. I'm going to take and I'm going to glue up my bird, my dove. And it's metal, so you don't have to worry. This glue is water soluble. It'll wash right off. I use a baby wipe. I'm going to set it over there for a minute. I'm going to put my lid back on. I need to put my pop dots in there. Okay, I'm going to bring my Big Shot back over. Again, this is for the Go Press and Foil machine, but I'm not going to use a Go Press and Foil. I'm going to use my Sizzix Big Shot machine, my Sizzix Big Kick machine, my Vagabond machine, my Vintage Sizzix machine, my Fabby Sizzix machine. Doesn't matter which one you have. If it's a roller machine, you're good to go. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to open to tab 1. Tab 1. I'm going to bring back over my glitter cutting plate. I'm going to put down my squishy. Now that's different than what I did earlier. What I did earlier is I had my squishy on top. I'm going to put my squishy down first, and then I'm going to put my die. Then I'm going to put my paper over it, and then my last plate. So again, I'm not using my knock knock with my squishy at all. And I've put my squishy down onto my first cut plate. I am doing that because I need to have a little bit of give. I need a little bit of cushion in there. And so I need it to sink down a little bit, but I'm not doing an embossing of any kind. For this plate, you need to try and do it with your squishy down first, and then you roll it on through. And again, it feels like it's not doing too much. Your squishy isn't going to grow and it's not going to come out the backside like we normally say. So your squishy isn't going to come out the backside this time. And I'm going to pull it over. Oh God, I've got glitter on it already. Okay, can you see the watermark? Okay, so I'm gonna let this go tacky. And it's the only time you really wanna be tacky. This glue is a two-way glue, and it's important that you don't throw your glitter on it right away. You need it to go tacky. So while that one's we're getting tacky, I'm just gonna do up another one. I haven't added any more glue. I've got enough on here. I'm going to put it right down on top. I'm going to put my paper right down. So I've got my glitter cutting pad on the bottom, my foil stamp that's got glue on it. or I'm sorry, my squishy, my foil stamp that's got glue, my paper, and my next plate. And that is the sandwich. I'm going to bring my machine back over. I'm going to put my lid back on so I don't forget. I'm going to open my multi-purpose platform to tab 1, whether it's the long one or the short one, it's still tab 1. And I'm going to send this on through. Send it on back. Bring it on over. Lift up. And you can see a little bit of a watermark maybe. That's where the glue is, and you need to let it go tacky. Now I can take this and with a baby wipe, not an expensive baby wipe, just a baby wipe, get all the glue off, and I'm good to go. Done. Ready to go, ready to use again. And in the meantime, this has been drying just a little bit. You want this glue to dry just a little bit. You can leave it for about 20 to 30 minutes. So if you need to go answer the phone, or you need to go run and pick somebody up at school and you're right in the middle of it, it's okay if you leave this and come back. This glue is going to stay tacky for you. But if you use the glue too soon, if you do it and throw your glitter right on top, when it dries, it tends to wipe all the way off. So you want to give it time, at least 3 to 4 minutes, unless you waft it like I'm doing. And then you take your glitter. You take your glitter. And this is Stampendous' glitter. This is an exclusive kit for Scrapbooking Made Simple. This is our jewel kit. And I am going to just literally tap. Tap, tap, tap. I'm going to use very little because I can always add more. So you can see I haven't used much glitter, and it doesn't look like anything yet until I start to move my finger. Oh, I'm going to need more than that. So I can feel that it's tacky, that I don't have enough on. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap a little bit more. Bring it up. And every place that glue was, my bird is going to get glittered. Then I can take my brush, inexpensive makeup brush, come over, give it a good brush, and I have started my glittering of my beautiful bird, which gives you very much, because it's a ultra fine and microfine glitter, gives you the feel of a foil. It really gives you a beautiful feel. Here, I did this one earlier. This one's all dry and ready to go. It gives you a beautiful feel of a foil. But you didn't foil. You used glitter. And see, once it's there, it doesn't move. That's because I let it go tacky. And it gives you that beautiful look. So we didn't use a Go Press foil machine. Let's see how this one came out. Let's grab another color on the white. Now, if your design doesn't come all the way out the first time, try again. Right now, all you're using is your glue pad and some paper and a tiny bit of your glitter. And do you have to use the Stampendous glitter? No, certainly not. But you do want to use an ultra fine or a micro fine glitter. because that will allow the detail. The glitter's fine enough that it will hold the detail as opposed to being so chunky that you're going to lose all the prettiness. And am I burnishing this? No, I'm just gently moving it around. Gently moving it around. Where it needs a little more, I'm going to put a little more. Ooh, that was a lot. And then I can come back and grab it with my brush. Clean it all up. And then put the excess right back in so I don't lose any. Take my extra and off it goes. And I keep glittering. It's up to you. They're absolutely gorgeous. I did this one in gold earlier. But I didn't use a Go Press foil machine. I just used a glue pad and some glitter because the stamp, the foil stamp's lines are thick enough. Now what happens if you accidentally do it the other way? Let's say you ink it or you glue it up. Glue it up. Hope I have enough glue on there. We're going to find out. And you bring your machine over and you're on your tab 1 like you're supposed to be, and you've got your plate down and you've got your plate with your glue, you've got your cutting pad down, you put your paper down, and then you put your squishy on top because that's what we're so used to doing. And then your cut plate, and you send it on through. What's going to happen? It's going to be okay. It's about how to transfer that glue onto that paper. Oh, now I got a lot of different colors going on. But it will be okay. Can you see how it gave me a slightly deeper embossing? I didn't want mine to be that deeply embossed, which is why I did it this way. With my gush, my squishy down here. I did it where my plate sits on top of my squishy because I didn't want such a deep embossing. I wanted it to be a little more flat. But that's up to you. If you want the deeper embossing, will it still glitter? Supposed to let it go tacky, but shh. It may hold to the embossed parts a little bit more, but it still should glitter because that glue is still there. And you should let it go tacky. And maybe you even like it better with it more embossed. So if you accidentally put the squishy on the top or you accidentally put the squishy on the bottom, you're still going to get your image. It's okay. So I didn't let this one go quite tacky enough, but that's okay. You're still going to get your image. It's just embossed a little bit heavier. It's really about using that glue, an ultrafine or a microfine glitter, and the foil plate. Could you ink this up and use this like we did here? Absolutely. You could absolutely ink this up, and instead of transferring glue, transfer ink and make this a stamped image then. Sure you can. Try, play, use the same sandwich that I'm using. Tab 1, clear plate or cut plate down. You can either put your squishy down here if you want it a little more flat and not so heavily embossed with your die on top, and then your paper, and then your do not cut plate. Or if you want it more heavily embossed, take your foil stamp, put that down first, paper, squishy, excuse me, and send it on through. Either way, you're going to get an absolutely beautiful image. And we didn't have to use a Go Press foil at all, which means if you like some of the Go Press foil images, whether they be mine or Anna Griffin's or the Ultimate Crafts ones or the Couture Creation ones, now you know you can get them. And then if you do eventually get a Go Press foil machine, well, rock star. Now you can foil, but if you don't, you know you have options. You can ink them, you can glitter them. Holy smokes, artichokes, you could take Versamark and Versamark your stamp, your foil stamp. Put some Versamark on here, run it through, and then throw embossing powder down and heat emboss it. Absolutely. Why not? Try. You can do this. We're talking about paper that you already have. You may not have the glue pad, but I think a lot of you already do. Perhaps some embossing powder and embossing medium, a Versamark that you already have, and it gives a whole new life. So if you have a Go Press foil and you already have some of the foil stamps, well, here's another opportunity to use them in a completely different way. And remember, you can take your die at any time and make it a beautiful image that can be colored in or washed or painted. The dies aren't just for cutting. You can do so much more with them. All right, so I hope that showed a little something of what you can do outside the norm, outside of just rolling it through and having a piece of paper die cut. Because yes, those are beautiful, but my goodness, don't you want to get all you can get out of the product that you're buying? You want to get every last bit of everything you can get out of it. You want to know every way you can use it. That way you have options. Now I'm going to show, so here are the two, these are the two stamp plates from Simply Defined for this month. And again, that Christmas tree is really big. It does a full-size card. And then I'm going to show you the other dies that we've got for Simply Defined in the Classic Christmas. So I've got my Christmas tree. And again, these all came out of snow globes from my mom. I hope I get them back. My Santa. And then I have my wreath, and Elena's done that, and my flourish. How beautiful would this be to color? Oh my goodness gracious. And the flourish has two inserts. You can leave it open and put something there, or you've got two inserts that you can put. It's kind of like my mantle. It was off of a mantle in one of, there was a fireplace in one of the snow globes. And that's kind of what it looked like. Only this was the inside of the fireplace and I didn't want it empty, so I put two inserts. So you've got, then we've got the bells, which I was using today. And here it is fully cut out. And my snow girl, because every snow globe has a girl's ice skating, but I put her separate so that if you wanted to use this as a frame and put something else in the center, you could. Or if you wanted to do her outside doing something, on a pond, you could. And then I gave you a bunch of snowflakes And then last but not least, the contour die. So this is my contour die, which is Santa's sleigh. And you get all of the words, wishing you a happy holidays, wishing you season's greetings. And yes, it is a contour die, so it will cut the front of your card. Or you can cut it out by itself and just trim it off and use it as we did. That's what we did for today's make and take. But I've got some beautiful samples as a card front, and this is the contour die. And then of course we have Kaleidoscope. Now let me show you what some of the girls have done. So we're going to start with Claire. Here's Claire, and like I said, she made it out of a card front. So there you've got your card front. Open it up. This is the contour die, and this is Claire. Here's Santa. And again, this is by Claire. Then we have our ice skater, where she didn't use the frame. She just used the snowflakes. And here she did use the frame. It's up to you. The frame is pretty all by itself, and you can put so many different things in there. I didn't want to limit you. Here she's done another. Super cute. Did she trifold? No, she did it. There we go. So opens here and opens there with the contour. And here she's done the wreath, where she's glittered and colored in. And last but, well, no, two. Then she's done the Christmas tree foil. So this is using the Go Press foil machine with the Simply Defined foil stamp plate. Told you it was a full-size tree. That'll make your card. But if you wanted, you could put glue on that stamp plate, run it through, and instead of doing foil, you could use gold glitter, and it would be every bit as beautiful. And lastly, the Dove of Peace. Also done with the Go Press foil. Okay, so that's Claire. Now let's show you Yvette. Boy, the girls really went to town. So here, Yvette has transferred the image by letter pressing and of the wreath, and then she has gone in and she has colored it. And she's used must-have circles, and she's used the Peace on Earth, which comes with it, but she did the transfer. She didn't die cut this die out. She transferred the image and then went in and colored it. So this is Yvette. And here is Yvette's Dove of Peace. Oh, done with the Go Press foil machine. Here is her contour. I love the little reindeer. And then here is her Christmas tree with the Go Press foil. And she used Peace on Earth. That came with the wreath die. So that is Yvette. Then we have Sharon. Again, Sharon has done the contour die, and it just opens right up. So you've got your wreath. And Sharon did the bells. Oh, you're going to get the camera. Let me see if I can move it. The bells. It's got the mirror background, so hard to photograph. Hard to get in there. She did a beautiful, I love this winter card with the little girl skating. Love, love, love. here is her Go Press foil, her Christmas tree done in the foil. And the Merry Christmas does come with, or Christmas greetings. I thought I did Merry Christmas. I guess I didn't. I would have sworn I did Merry Christmas. I did do Merry Christmas. I don't know where she got the Christmas greetings from. I'm going to have to ask her. Yeah, I did do Merry Christmas. Boy, I thought I was, holy smokes, artichokes. I'm going to have to, she must have, oh, greetings. Greetings came from the first set, my very first set. Oh my gosh. Because remember, it was the frame, the tuft frame, and it had to you, greetings, and sending you. That's where she got Christmas greetings. I'm so glad I figured that out. And here is her dove. And the word joy does come with the dove. So this is Sharon. Holy smokes, artichokes. Then we have Michelle. And Michelle has done the Christmas bells. And she has done Santa. And she has done her dove on acetate. And she did her tree. And you see how she mixed those foils? Just by laying different foils down on top of it when she sent it on through. This is Michelle. Then we have Kathy. And here is Kathy, and there's my Merry Christmas. I knew I did Merry Christmas. But it's nice to know my greetings. My Christmas greetings go with Christmas, so Christmas greetings, that works too. This is Kathy. Look at this. Is this not just absolutely lovely? Look at that. This is Kathy. And then I showed this one on Facebook because it just reminded me so much of home. Looking through a window and seeing the Christmas trees. So these are my trees. And she used a stencil to do this. It's beautiful. This card is absolutely beautiful. Okay, then we have Doris. Here we have Doris's Joy card. And we have another done in the silver. And she used the must-haves. Oh, am I supposed to open these, Doris? Yes. Yes, I am. This is Doris. Was I supposed to open this one? No, good. Here is her. She did this on velvet. So she used the Go Press foil on velvet. Worked out beautifully. And then she freehanded. But don't worry, that's going to change really soon. Here's another. So pretty. And then let's see, this is also Doris. So here is your wreath. And here is my mantle. I love this card, Doris. Am I supposed to be looking in? Yes. Oh, sorry. I wonder if I was supposed to be looking in all of them. Okay. I love this card, Doris. I love the colors of it. I love everything about it. It's so pretty. This might be my favorite die. Love, love, love. And last but not least, Doris put together a layout. Yes. So you've got the Christmas tree, part of the Christmas tree here. You've got Santa's sleigh down there. Doris has put together a 12 by 12 layout using the dies. You've got Merry Christmas up here. This is Doris. There's Doris, and that's Fred. And then there's Fred and Catherine. So when you talk to Doris on the phone, now you know who she is. Okay, we're almost done. I have Elena. I love Elena's. Look at how cute this is using the dies. This is just a darling card. Love, love, love. And here she took the foil and then she used the must-have circles and she cut them all out and she 3D'd them to give a three-dimensional look. So she did the foil on the flat sheet of paper and then used the circles to die cut each circle out and then popped them on top of each other. Okay, come on out. Then we've got her stand-up card using the Christmas tree, and she just used a cute little button to hold it up. How cute is that? Cute little button. And then her other Christmas tree card. I mean, that's a card all unto itself. Put a sentiment in, and because it's foiled, it's so beautiful. But remember, you can do it in glitter and have it equally as beautiful. Last but not least, we've got Belinda. Now, Belinda put together some stunning mixed media projects. This is gorgeous. This altered art piece is absolutely beautiful. She used the wreath and she opened it up and made it wider. You've got the piece on earth. She just did a beautiful job. Love this, and it's a hanging on a piece of wood. Love it, Belinda. Absolutely love it. And then we get quirky Belinda. Well, I love this one too. She's got a little pop-up stand, a little stand. So it stands up. She used a jewelry store box that we all probably have. And she made this beautiful little stand decoration, table topper. How cute is this? She's got my favorite die right here. She's got, look at how great she did with my little skating girl. She's got the Christmas trees in the back. She rocked this. It's awesome. But the best is yet to come. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because this is Belinda. So the lid to this box, she did with her little, it wouldn't be Belinda if we didn't have a cat. And all the little Christmas ornaments, and the tree is knocked down, and it says, "I knocked down the Christmas tree." I love Belinda so much. God bless her. She makes my heart so happy. She sees things in such a wonderful, whimsical, unique way that it just makes me smile. All right, so that's all we have for today. It was a lot, I know, but I really wanted you to see that even if you don't have a Go Press and Foil machine, you can still use the plates, and the plates are relatively inexpensive. They're not $25 or $35. Ours are less expensive than Anna Griffin's, so you get a larger size for less money. And you can take them and you can ink them and you can glitter them and you can use them. You can emboss with them and you can make beautiful things. And then should you ever get a Go Press and Foil machine, well, then you can incorporate all of that too. And if you've already got your Go Press and Foil machine, now you have a whole new way of looking at those plates so that you're not just limited to using them for foils. No, you're not limited. You can do more. So, all right, it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple. It's rather late. I need to wrap this up and get home. It was good to see everybody. And again, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to show you the snow globes I wanted to show you. But maybe next year. There's always next year, right? Okay, you guys, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and I will see you next week. Bye.